My name is Mike Skolnik, and I play under the gamer tag PhDeeJay. I'm a Street Fighter 4 player.
There's a little bit of backstory here because Michael was actually one of my tutors at university, so it was quite cool to see me today.
I'm glad to hear that. Usually that's awkward for a lot of people to see their tutors outside of school.
No, I actually thought it was quite good because I'd like to think that the people teaching these things at uni actually are part of the community and not just teaching theory. So how did you get started playing fighting games?
I remember going over to a friend's house when I was about 8 years old, so this would be around 92, playing some Street Fighter 2. And I enjoyed that an awful lot, but then just sort of like fell out of the whole genre for a really long time until Street Fighter 4 came out in 2009. I played a little bit in local arcades back home, which for me is in Montreal, and only really got heavily into it after I moved here and was looking for a new hobby after getting really tired of swing dancing. And so I jumped over to this, and still kicking.
It's a little bit different to swing dancing.
Yeah, still a lot of reading your partner and some mind games and politics, but that's about where the similarities end.
So what character do you play?
I play DJ, the Jamaican capoeirista.
Very nice. Are there any other fighting games that you are interested in, or is Street Fighter pretty much the one that you stick with?
I'm really interested in King of Fighters 13, but I haven't really grasped the way that system works, and its execution requirements are much heavier than Street Fighter, so that's been a bit of a barrier for me. That's about it at the moment. There's some of the like independent release fighting games like Skullgirls and Yagatarasu are interesting, but I don't know about interesting enough to really get me into it.
Have you competed at Battle Arena Melbourne before?
Yeah, I competed in last year's Battle Arena Melbourne, and if I remember correctly, I scrubbed out 1 and 2 that year. Had a better go of it this time. This year and last year, I also was involved in commentating Street Fighter 4 for the event.
Okay, so are you still in the game today?
No, I am out of the tournament. I went 3 and 2, but the one match of mine that made it up on stream, I won, and that's the only thing anyone's going to remember.
That's right. It's on film, so.
Last call for Angry Granny and don't give a dinner for first strike. Angry Granny. Anybody know Angry Granny?
Specifically new players.
I think it's a little difficult to refer to it being a community. Really, in Melbourne, we sort of have 3. So there's the Smash community, which I'm not really involved with, but by all accounts, they are a rather friendly and accepting crew. The Tekken community keep to themselves a little bit and tend to gravitate around the arcades rather than home play. So I don't know if they really meet up and play all that much. And then a sort of like everything else fighting game community, which is much larger and kind of just a mixed bag because there's a huge number of people. But my experience of it getting into it about 2 years ago was that there was definitely like a core group of players who were really friendly and approachable and made it easy to get into it. And then like another sort of wider group of people who it took a little bit more time and effort to sort of like crack the shell and get into talking with them and developing friendships. But it is by and large a pretty good crowd.
Okay, awesome. So thank you today for your time, Mike. There is luck for the future endeavours, and I'm sure we'll see you again.
Thanks very much. It's a pleasure.